I am not in Mexico, but I promise you that this video is mostly going to be about Mexico. I'm actually up in Vancouver, Washington, just north of Portland, at a diner. And when I started editing this video, which is about a place called Art and Beer, just outside Todos Santos, I was thinking about what message I wanted to send with this video. And immediately what came to my mind was a place called Hammy's Pizza in Portland, Oregon on Clinton Street, Southeast Clinton. And while we were down in Mexico during the pandemic, Hammy's Pizza closed. And I had never been to Hammy's Pizza. And it's only, it's less than a mile from my house. And it'd been there forever. And it was something, it's on a bike route. So I rode my bike by all the time. And I really wanted to go there. I'd always been meaning to go, but it closed during the pandemic. And so that's kind of what this video is about. I'm right here, I'm at a diner in Vancouver, Washington, and this is a diner. I just dropped my cat off at the vet next door, Poofy. Poofy's having some problems with his lungs, but anyway, he's at the vet, and every time I come to the vet, I'd say, oh, I want to go to that diner. It's a diner that's from around 2000, but it was designed in 1970 and prepackaged. So it's a new diner with a really old design. I love diners, but it's just one of my things. Really excited to get my food this morning. It's a place that I've never been to and always wanted to. And that's kind of the point here is during the pandemic, a lot of us have lost things that we've, maybe not been to. There were things that we wanted to do, places that we really enjoyed that are now gone. And the message here, actually, right as I stepped out of the car, I was listening to a podcast, and this guy was talking about his father who had passed away just months after retiring. And that's something that happened to my mother-in-law too. She passed away just a year or two after retiring. And this might be a little bit too heady for what you're going to see in this video, but really it is about doing things while you still have a chance. And not that Mexico is going to go away, because really what I want you to do is go to Mexico before you retire, because we just never know when the time is going to come where we won't be able to travel anymore. This is a little encouragement to get to Mexico. Maybe right now it's just a trip down as an exploration. Maybe on that exploratory trip like Kat and I did, maybe you end up purchasing a home and spending, as us, half a year down there every year. I'm gonna let you watch about Art and Beer, which is a place that I had passed many times and finally went to when I shot this video. So I've been driving by this place for the last 2 years now. It's between La Paz and Cabo, near Todos Santos or Pescadero. And I've always said, someday I'm going to stop there. Well, today is that day. I finally made it. We've got some friends in town, and the blanket factory is right next door. We went and bought a blanket. And we said, you know what? Let's go see what this place is. There is so much more here than what you can see from the highway, even though you can hear the highway is right behind you here. So you can get into the beginning as kind of an art gallery from the owners, but to get into the main part, you have to pay 60 pesos. Either you have to agree to buy 60 pesos worth of drinks or get a ticket for 60 pesos. And so we started out with just the tickets and explored, and it is really, really cool here. There's a boardwalk that just kind of takes you out around the desert, and there's kind of the funky Enya style music playing. So it's like a sculpture garden in the desert with all these tiny little places that you can sit and eat and just kind of hang out and enjoy. They have food and drink. And one thing we noticed was the prices seem to be pretty high. We are getting a little bit closer to Cabo, so we're outside the La Paz price range. However, my friend ordered a margarita, and when it came, you could see it's like bigger than a beer bottle. It's huge. So the owners here, they're artists and an architect. So they sell their art here. They said they started in 1998, just building the little art gallery by the road. They're from Tijuana, and they moved here, and they've just slowly over the last 23 years built up all this here. And they've said that, they're trying to respect the land. So that's why they're kind of, everything is built up on stilts for the most part. So just very cool. They live in the buildings with the round roofs, so they built that too. If you are driving between Cabo and La Paz, or Cabo and Todos Santos, be sure to stop by. This is definitely worth the 60 pesos, or worth a little more if you want to have a drink and spend some time here. We're getting really far behind schedule today on our trip, but we just keep finding more places to check out. Of course, I invite you to click the subscribe button, the little bell icon, and the all message there so that you get notified of future videos. I'm posting here multiple times per week about moving to Mexico. We are pre-tired in Mexico, which means that we haven't quite made it to retirement, but I don't believe that you need to wait till you're 65 to move to Mexico. We actually just met here at the bar a couple from Portland, Oregon. They've got some young kids. He is the homeschool teacher and she is a tech worker. So they are looking for the proper place to spend the rest of their life down here in Mexico. You just need to give it a try. Let's take a quick pause in Mexico, take us back to Vancouver, Washington, and to comment down below about what it is that maybe has gone away for you during COVID. Maybe this is even a person, and really it's about relationships too. It's not about just those experiences that we want to have. Comment down below something maybe that you missed, or something that you're really glad is still around, or something that you explored, something that you did because you were inspired to make things happen because of the pandemic. Let's go back down to Mexico. And I only met the woman who owns this place, but her husband gets his picture taken with all the pretty women. I haven't seen one picture where there's a man with her husband. So I hope you enjoyed this little tour of art and beer. And I would love it if you commented down below if there's another secret place down here in Baja California Sur that Kat and I should be exploring. We are definitely finding the secret restaurants and the secret bars and all this stuff. I really love that stuff. If you know of something that we need to know about or other people need to know about, leave that down in the comments below, and be sure to read those comments because there's great stuff down there. So I've definitely enjoyed my breakfast. I hope you enjoyed this video. There's a couple other videos that I'd love for you to watch. One up here is about Todos Santos, and one down here is something that's perfect just for you. Hasta luego.